Hey guys, what's up? Alright, next up is Mental. There's a lot of like trafficking going on here. It's actually kind of busy since everyone just got back from work and stuff, so I'm gonna go in the, I'm a hero, so I'm gonna go in the watchtower. Actually, this will be a good opportunity to show you the watchtower, I guess, if anyone's interested. I'm not gonna show that much of it because, like I said, I am horrible with navigating it. So I'll just show you the outer exterior of it, which is, yeah, I don't like it at all. I very much hate it with a burning passion. So, on to more important things. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is the mental role. Very, interesting role, like, as I said. I already have 3 powers here. I think this is telekinesis, which basically disorients foes. That's, you shoot out little balls of psychic energy and then your shockwave. It's actually not too bad. I'm only level 7 with this character because I just recently started using it, maybe like I think last week. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm going to read all the powers. I'm going to give my friend's loadout because he actually had a pretty good idea. Yeah, telekinesis lifts and holds enemies helplessly in the air while hurling nearby objects at them. Okay, now this is kind of like a troll face type of power here. When you're fighting bosses, the crates do regenerate. So, but let's say like someone's really close to a, like let's say healing barrel, for instance, it will pull them in and automatically start regenerating health even though you don't want to, or you're probably going to need it later, so you're going to want to probably be careful with that. Camera slide and cooperate. And then, yeah, it restores power to group members over time. It's actually, the graphics are pretty. I like it. Not too bad. Psychic Resonance unleashes a pulse of kinetic energy. I just showed you that. It's like the AoE kind of thing. And here's what actually makes it interesting. Enemies in ice, nature, mental, light, earth, or gadgets encasements will explode and damage other enemies. You can do quite a bit with this. You can combine a lot of powers and elements, mainly elements, and like different types of powers, I guess, would be the proper word. So I'll be showing you a dabble with this later. Telekinetic push projects a cone of mental energy that damages and knocks down enemies. You can do different power interactions with different mental powers. Let's see. Psychic Empowerment restores power to the 3 most fatigued group members, increases your might and precision for a short time. This is a very useful power. My friend highly recommended to get this, if memory serves correctly. It's very useful. Encases an enemy within a force field, causing damage over time. Reduces enemy defenses. He also told me to get this too, because while they're stuck in this, they're constantly getting their defense sapped and they're still taking damage in a wide radius. So if you think about it, you can have earth, fire, ice with the massive AoEs just constantly dealing damage. You can combine this with telekinesis where they're constantly taking damage and then objects are being hurled at them, dealing more damage onto them and stuff like that. It's actually not a very bad, combination, I guess. Telekinetic shield. I can't remember if he told me to get this or not. I think he did. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think this was the one. Mainly these skill trees here, he said you should get. I mean, you have no choice but to get telekinesis. And he said he only used that after he got everything else. And then he just stopped. Over here, and then, yeah, sorry, I'm rambling again. Kinetic Bolt blasts out a cone of telekinetic energy, which is basically like push. It's just like a more upgraded version, I guess. Yeah, and you can do different power interactions and stuff. It's more like an upgraded version. Mass levitation damages enemies and levitates nearby helplessly into the air. This is basically telekinesis, because I don't think objects can get hurled towards them, and you can do power interactions. Yeah, and you don't get the power rules, so it's kind of iffy. Stuns an enemy, pyrokinesis here. It stuns and causes an enemy to burst into flames. Okay, now here's what my friend really used. It just came back to me. You have telekinesis, Renaissance, Pyrokinesis, and then, well, you have to get Push, because to unlock the... Oh, no, you don't. You don't need to get Push, never mind. You can get Empowerment, Thought Bubble, and Telekinetic Shield, and these are your 6 main powers that you're going to use. How this works is, he levitates them in the air, gets them hurled, so his power is regenerated. He then hits them with Pyrokinesis, and then he hits them with any of the powers that can be combined with fire. So basically, he hits them with Pyrokinesis while they're in the air, hits them with Cybernetic Renaissance, which deals massive damage because they're already exploded. And then he can daze them again or crushes them, and then goes on from there. And then the shield, I guess he randomly uses whenever it's needed. I can't exactly remember, but Pyrokinesis, he didn't recommend to do this because reduces the target's damage output. I think he didn't want me to get this one because I guess it doesn't really do that much damage, and it just slows the enemy down for a bit. And I think Pyrokinesis probably does more damage because I think he said after the explosion they're still on fire, which I could see his point there. It probably would come in more handy. So probably. Alright, Bolt Mirage devastates a nearby enemy with a rapid fire series of telekinetic bolts. He used this, he didn't like it, he said, but I'm still dabbling around with it. His loadout does make sense. I still want to figure out a different way. I mean, protects yourself and 7 other teammates from damage and causes enemy attacks to grant you power and deal damage. I think he told me to get this. Yeah, he told me to get this. I think he took this out after he got it with Telekinetic Shield. No, I'm sorry. He got rid of he didn't get Telekinetic Shield, he got Bastion. I think. I'm gonna have to talk to him again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really doing a good job. Illusion. I'm gonna be the one dabbling with Illusion here. He did not like it. He didn't really find that much use for it. Terror, Trendles, which was the little balls of orbs. It inflicts terror, which makes people run away and reduces their defense. So it's basically like a free kill. And restores power over time if you're in control role. Invisibility, I really see no point to this. If someone can tell me, go right ahead. It doesn't matter to me. Inflicts the, increases the odds that your enemies will run in fear and taken. So basically these, I'm just gonna like bolt this down a little bit. Mainly, what Illusion does, it's basically supposed to cause status effects such as terror, burning, frostbite, stuff like that, and their control rules basically reduces like their overall capability to fight and stuff like that. I'm guessing what you can do is you can combine the kinesises such as Pyrokinesis, Telekinesis, and Renaissance, and combined it with the Terrified, the Burnings, and stuff like that, and just make them all into a big, like, hassle. The only 2 abilities that I can really see that would come in handy is, Convolence, which blocks damage, rapidly regenerates health, and protects against control effects for a short time. But I don't know, because Bastion does the same thing, and Bastion, I think, restores heavily amounts more? I don't know. But it deals damage to your attackers, which could come in handy as well. I don't know. I'm still dabbling with this. I'm just telling you what my friend told me to do, and his loadout does make sense. I will do an update on this for sure when I figure something out that I like. Not really much of a very brief description of Mental, mostly because I like it. I like using it. The graphics are nice. I just don't know what to do with it yet, so I'll have to let you guys know. Especially when I start leveling up too. Since my friend only had 6, he kept the same loadouts for both everything else, and he got all the passive effects that would deal with his control, and then, yeah. So, I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I can see where he came from with the whole Pyrokinesis thing. So I'll have to let you guys know. Next time I am on as my Mental character, and maybe when I'm around level 15, I start to get the hang of things, and I get a lot of powers, I will give an update on it, and then when I reach level 30, I'll give my final update, so, yeah. That's basically it. Just to get the gist out here, just because this was so brief, basically what you want to do as a Mental, you basically just want to keep disorienting foes, hit them with Pyrokinesis and Renaissance, just to make the massive explosion. Cast Bastion whenever you feel like people are going to need the healing. That's basically it. You will. Mental, my friend said, is probably one of the most power-hungry power types. He said he kept running out of power so many times that he actually needed a healer with him at all times in order for him to actually do his combo more than like maybe 2 or 3 times. He said after you reach level 30 and you start getting the Mark of Legends and stuff, which I will talk about later, the armor, you get so much power and might anyway that you'll do so much damage and kill everything before you use up too much power, and you already have so much power as a backup anyway, so yeah. Basically, I think that's basically it, so yeah. Next is, I guess, gadgets, one of my favorites, my personal favorites, so I will talk to you guys in a few minutes. See ya.